Would love to hear about pre-workout nutrition, especially in the morning. I've always been stuck on whether to get my protein in or if it's all right to wait until after the session. I feel better training on just carbs in the morning because it's detrimental to muscle mass. Also, would exercise counteract the effects of spiking your blood sugar in the morning with a carby sugary breakfast? Yeah.
Okay.
So
we'll start with the first question.
Do I need to eat protein first thing in the morning? If I'm going to train.
If your goal is to maximize your muscle building potential, yes.
So I agree.
Yeah.
My solution would be, because I do this sometimes if I train early, is the Muscle Nation protein water actually tastes very good.
Yep.
I would consume that.
Yeah.
Pre and into the first half of your workout. Also has electrolytes in it, which is favorable for a workout. So I would have like your carb source.
Yep.
And then if you don't want to eat protein and you don't want a milky shake before you train, try that.
Yeah. The other thing to consider is if you can't, then like having some carbs is like the next best thing. But you just have to make sure you have the protein after. Yeah.
Yeah, carbohydrates are still muscle sparing at least.
And they'd still help you get a good workout in.
Yeah.
But you would just have to have a protein meal post-session that maybe is the best for you. Because like the other thing to consider is if you have the protein before you train and it makes you feel shit and then you train shit.
Correct.
So you kind of like, yeah. It's like what compromise are you making that's best for your situation? But yeah, I think it's best to have optimal circumstances. Like best practice would be carbs and protein before you train.
Yep.
And then that same meal some point, 3-4 hours later. But I still like the idea of doing protein at least post-training too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'm a big like protein shake in the cereal guy.
Yeah, it's a very easy way of doing it.
But like I know not everyone will feel good on a protein shake. I can train after a protein shake and I feel there's no problem with that.
Yeah, I think investigating why you don't feel good having whatever protein source you're having before you train is probably worth doing. So
I couldn't train on eggs, for example.
Yeah, that's it.
Horrible.
And some people like whey's not like certain brands of whey are better than others, and because it's like whatever's in there as well, and what they've added to make the flavor nice, and there's probably like sugar alcohols and things that people can't have, and then there's ones that people can have that or they've used other flavors like Natvia and whatever. And
had a sad moment during the week.
Why?
Off topic to the question.
Cool. So continue.
We'll come back to it, I promise.
Mild trauma dump.
Yes. We had this theory that like Amy was eating too much dairy, which was upsetting LJ's digestion.
I heard that, yeah.
Turns out it's not a thing.
Okay.
But at the time, we'll just try and pull it back a little bit. And how I was like, too much whey, too much dairy overall.
Oh, yeah, because we're having that conversation.
Just had that in my fucking head.
2 scoops every time.
So we had this big box of oat milk at home anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll just switch to that for like making smoothies every day and shit. I'll probably have it in my cereal or whatever, just to kind of pull the dairy back a little bit. So Amy subscribes to doTERRA, which is like an essential oils multi-level marketing company. She doesn't do the multi-level marketing thing. She just gets the products.
She's the consumer. That's fine.
Right.
No judgment.
Yeah. Don't come at me. But they sent her a free bag of protein.
Right.
And it's like, it's a multi-level marketing protein.
Yeah, it's shit.
So it's like with added collagen and all like added vitamins and blah, 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 blah.
Added amino acids to spike the level of protein to an adequate amount.
So I actually read through it and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it to you. Like what's actually in it is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I'm okay with it. But it's like fucking crazy expensive. I can't remember. It was like nearly twice what bulk nutrients is.
Yeah, but that's because it's diet food.
Well, yes, and it's because it's like multi-level marketing. It's like, why would you buy it at the supermarket, Jason, when you could support me?
Yeah, and
so
but like to the general population, they think protein's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, and then like you put collagen on the front.
It's like $35 a bag or whatever.
Expensive. Yeah. So I had that with oat milk because we had no milk left. I know grown-ups have water, whatever. Fuck off.
Real men have water, so.
So I made my shake. I sat down. I was like, this isn't going to be enjoyable, that I just need to have the protein and I didn't want to have vanilla and I had to open a new bag of chocolate, whatever.
Yeah.
It was fucking delicious, bro.
Yeah.
It was so good.
They've probably gone out of their way to make it taste real good, yeah.
The oat milk was sweet.
Yeah.
The protein powder was like super, like mixed really, really well. The consistency was great. The flavor was great. I was like, oh no. I hate myself here. Because I just wanted to hate everything about it. Because I didn't want to be the guy that has oat milk. I didn't want to be the collagen protein guy. But I was like, man, this is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I'll never buy it again.
You wearing Lululemon at the time? Like, that's just the picture I've got.
Probably not. Probably LSKD though. Yeah, I feel like that's close now.
It just screams like...
It does.
Like...
I hate myself.
Naive person who knows nothing about training.
Yeah.
Tries to get big.
Yeah. I hate myself for it. I really did in the moment. I looked at Amy and I was like, oh no. She's like, what? I'm like, this is delicious. She's staring at me like, okay, what's the problem?
Even like probably the way the packaging and stuff is just not kind of for a person like you.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, maybe to whoever asked the question, maybe have that protein.
Yeah, get yourself some doTerra collagen based.
Yeah, just overpay to get and have it with oat milk.
Yeah, you'll feel bad about yourself, but it tastes really good.
There's someone coming to your house asking for a protein shake. Oh, but can I have that with oat milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like no. I would say no. Leave my house.
Yeah, even I can't remember where we were, but I offered like someone a coffee, and they were like, "Oh, so I'll have it this way with almond milk with this," and I was just like,
"Fuck off."
So what? You mean you'll have milk, like real milk?
Yeah. You want milk or you don't want milk? Because I'm offended. You want milk?
Yeah. It's just not in. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, it might be nice.
So I made...
Because we missed that generation, right? Because we had normal milk all the time.
Correct.
So we never got to the... Like, everyone's lactose intolerant phase. and then probably once it was too late, we like milk so much we're willing to shit ourselves to have...
I'll just take the hit, bro. I'm willing to take the hit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, still willing to take the hit.
I swear, like...
Then drink, like, nut juice.
I'm pretty lucky. Like, I don't have it. Like, I can drink milk and be fine. Or any dairy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I've just... Like, my father-in-law, fucking hell, bro. Like, it just is so stubborn. It's just like, I'm going to have a milkshake. I'm like... Do you think that's a good idea? And then he's like, and then he'll complain about like how big they are, like they're too small or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, and I'm like, well, just get two. Like if you're not happy with how big they are, buy another one.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he'll just be like, I'm gonna go to the toilet. And like, it's just like desperation in his eyes. Like,
send help.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that? Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, so just got no sympathy for those people.
Yeah. Amy gets it with like cooked cheese.
Right.
And I'm the same. I'm like,
so like a toasty?
Mark, it's some, I don't know. We haven't actually identified exactly what it is.
Right.
But we definitely...
Because we don't want to, because cheese is great.
We definitely know that like a proper oven-baked pizza is going to be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
an at-home event.
Do you have lactase in your bag? And if the answer is no, it's like, do not order that. It's going to be a real problem for everybody involved. Do you want to unpack the blood sugar stuff?
That was a loaded question. Yeah, what was the second part of it?
Would exercise counteract the effects of spiking your blood sugar in the morning with a carby sugary breakfast? So assuming that like having high carb sugar in the morning is bad for you, blood sugar high, bad. Would exercises blunt that?
I don't think it's a problem either way.
I agree.
To be honest, yeah.
I think the only negative impact of having a high carbohydrate, high sugar breakfast is when that blood sugar comes down.
Yeah.
Your ability to behave like an adult and make good choices for your next meal.
If anything, that
gets challenged.
If anything, it's probably more advantageous to have before you train.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because you're going to utilize the carbohydrates and they're going to be able to digest much faster. So that's going to be better. You wouldn't want to maybe gravitate towards those food types, throughout the day, especially if you have to go sustained periods without food. Yeah. Because you're going to get this like peak and trough type of deal. So
the issue with the high sugar breakfast isn't the high sugar breakfast, it's the behaviors that follow.
Yeah.
Because it's like
it digests quickly, which is good when you train.
And then you get super hungry at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you don't. It's not like I'm going to get my fucking chicken and vegetables. It's I'm going to grab a cookie or I'm going to whatever.
The other thing to consider, well, if you're just having the carbs, you'll get it'll like the insulin release will be high.
Yeah.
But then if you mix it with other foods, it'll become
chill.
lower. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. But the blood sugar is not going to impact your body composition.
No.
Negatively.
Nah.
Net calories, macros.
Yeah, your deficit over the day is more important. Yeah. People look at that because I think like the old insulin model. I haven't visited it ages, so if I butcher this, whatever, it's wrong anyway. So
if I just make it more wronger.
Yeah. So people, because as insulin goes, like insulin releases, the fat burning potential drops. So then people were like, well, insulin's the reason why.
Yeah.
We're fat and we have insulin resistance. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense that like if you eat food and then insulin goes up to, kind of digest the food, or it's part of the process of like, digesting the food.
Yeah.
That you would lower your fat burning potential because you have food to
energy available.
Yeah. And then once that's kind of come and gone, then your body would go back to.
You're still going to sleep for 9 hours.
Yeah. And it's a ratio, right? It's not like they turn off, it's just down. And then, like.
The best fat burning zones when you're asleep, ironically.
Yeah. It's the best muscle building zone too.
Us.
That's it. Any other loaded questions, statements?
That's the only one I have.
Yeah, I got a lot of meathead questions.
We don't have a timer, Tam. Where are we at?
50 in.
Awesome.
Right.
One question in 50 minutes. We're doing well.